to Little Miss Lorraine. I am so excited to be back making this video for you. It seems like ages since I made a video. Last weekend my sister got married, which was so exciting. It was just the most magical, amazing day. I'll insert some photos here for you so you can see her in her beautiful dress and a little bit about the day. So her and her boyfriend have been together for 7 years, and they met at school, and so they got married at their school, which was really nice to have that connection. And the photos there are absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to see the professional photos come out. Although, you know, to be honest, people do get some pretty good shots anyway, even though they're not professionals. But the guy who was taking the photos, oh, he just did such an amazing job. And then they had the reception at a local golf club, which was just absolutely beautiful. They had like the white material on the ceilings and fairy lights and a chandelier, and it was just such an amazing day. We had such a fun time. The wedding party was just awesome. We were just really relaxed and just had some laughs, and yeah, it was such an amazing day. So obviously I haven't had time to do a lot of sewing because we've had family down and things to organise and etc. So I don't actually have any completed makes this month that I said I was going to make, but they are nearly finished. I only have to hem 2 of them and they're done, but I have to hand hem them, which is one of my absolute pet hates. I'm still not a fan of hand hemming, so I tend to put them off for ages. So I have a couple of things to show you today. I have been also doing a lot of sewing for Little Miss Lorraine, so although I haven't sewn a lot of clothes this month, I have actually made quite a few things. I launched a new Tropics collection recently out of this gorgeous Monstera fabric. I might get it for you and show you. So it's this absolutely gorgeous fabric. If you know me or have been watching me for a while or following me on social media, you'll know that I love a good Monstera leaf. Monsteria, I really don't know how to say it properly, so I'm probably butchering it. But I fell completely in love with this fabric. It is so gorgeous. So I launched a range of cushions from it, and then I had a custom order for a quilt cover, which I was really excited about because it's something a little bit different. But she had a king, so it was absolutely massive. So although the sewing aspect of it was quite simple, the size of the quilt did make it quite difficult, and it took me a really long time to do it. By the time I overlocked everything and sewed it and then worked out how to put the button placards on down the bottom and etc. So I'm really excited about that one. I will be sharing photos of that once the customer sent them to me, and she was such a lovely customer. She's sort of a friend of a friend, and she also gave me a little gift as well, so that was really nice. So yeah, although I haven't been sewing a lot of clothes this month, I have done a lot of other sewing, but I'm so jealous of all of the beautiful clothes that people have been making while I've been on a bit of a sewing hiatus. So I am really excited to get some sewing done next month. I don't think I'm going to be doing a typical November makes video, because between November and December I really don't know how much sewing I'm going to get done. Hopefully a bit, but I don't really want to lock myself into anything because yeah, it's just the busiest time of year for work and personal life and Christmases and all that sort of thing. So it might be a different style of make video next week, which will include my little red dress project, which I'm having so much trouble finding the perfect fabric for it. I know exactly what I want to make, and I think that's the hardest thing, when you have an exact picture in your head to find exactly what you want. I really want to use the fabric that Lee from Clueless Seamstress had in her giveaway video. It was the red fabric with like the white flowers on there, but I can't get it anymore, even from the shop where she got it from. So that's really disappointing. So I'm trying to find something similar to that, just because I want my dress to be a little bit more casual, which I'll explain why in my next video about that. So yeah, on to what I've made this month. So this month I have two skirts to show you. One is the double circle skirt from the Chinello Ballet freehand fashion book, and the other one is the Sew Over It ultimate pencil skirt. I haven't had time to finish anything else or do anything else this month, so I'll talk you through them anyway. Keeping in mind that both of these are pretty well finished, except they just need hemming. So I thought I'd show them to you anyway, because otherwise I would not have anything to show you for this month, and I have pretty well finished them. So let's jump in. So the first one I'm going to talk to you about today is the double circle skirt from the Chinello Ballet freehand fashion book. Now it's my first project from that book, and if you haven't ever heard of that book before, Chinello Ballet is from a background of no pattern sewing. So I think Nigeria, I think that's where she's from, and they don't use patterns, they just use measurements and then work it out from there. So in her book you use blocks to help you create clothing. So it's a completely different style of sewing and not something I'm used to. It is very different not using a pattern. I can see the benefits of not using a pattern and just using your own measurements, but it is also scary because you don't really know how it's going to turn out. So I might just jump back and show you the skirt so you can see the fabric, and then I'll talk you a bit through the process and what I liked or didn't like about it. This is the finished skirt. I am so happy with how it has turned out. It is made out of this absolutely gorgeous jacquard, I'm really sorry, I don't know how to say that properly, from Spotlight, which was a complete splurge purchase, and yeah, it wasn't on sale when I bought it, but I just couldn't go past it. So it also features inseam pockets, which if you saw my Instagram post on this, you'll see how gorgeous the inseam pockets are. And I didn't realise at the time, but it's actually pattern matched them, and that, as much as I'd love to say that is a deliberate thing, it's not a deliberate thing. I didn't even notice that until someone pointed it out to me. But the pockets, I love that it has the pockets. They're so nice. You can't even tell that they're there when your hands aren't in them. And just excuse me while I lift up my skirt. But it's also lined as well. And this was some of the lining that I picked up from the Flinders Street Market's Fabric-a-Brac. So I think I paid like $5 for like quite a bit of fabric. So really cheap for the lining. So in regards to the construction of it, I will go into a bit more of a review of it over on the blog once I take photos. But I didn't have quite enough fabric to do the full double circle skirt, which was really annoying, especially when you're using a pattern, because not using a pattern, sorry, because you can't really like put the pattern pieces and try and get the most out of the fabric. So I ended up, I can't even remember what I did really. I think I kind of halved it. Instead of putting 4 layers, I did 2 layers. And I think it's turned out really lovely anyway. I think probably the full skirt in this fabric would have been too much anyway, so I think I'm really happy with how this turned out. It also has an invisible zip at the back as well, which I absolutely love. My new machine is amazing at putting zips in. I definitely think it's made me a bit of a better sewer, just because the fabric glides through. So I really love this skirt. It doesn't have a waistband, which I really love. So it's a little bit big for me here actually. I think maybe I did my measurements a little bit wrong. So it does sit a bit further down than what it should. But it's lined here. And there's no, yeah, like I said, no waistband, which I actually really like. So the overall construction of this dress, I really am so happy with it. The instructions were not always 100% clear, and I think that's just because I'm so used to using an actual pattern, so you do really have to concentrate when you're making these types of things. But overall, I'm really happy with how this skirt turned out. Like I said, I will have a more in-depth review over on the blog once I take photos, once I finish the hem. The other problem with this hem is it's a double circle skirt, so it has an absolutely massive hem, so I'm really not looking forward to hemming this one, but I really want to wear it, so I will definitely get onto it soon. The second skirt that I made this month is another ultimate pencil skirt. This time I made it out of a stretchy fabric, which is way more comfortable than my pink one. I absolutely love my pink one, and I get so many lovely comments when I wear it, but it is a little bit uncomfortable because obviously it was a tablecloth, so it's not a stretchy fabric. Not that the skirt is overly tight, but it is just way more comfortable making it out of a fabric that has a slight stretch in it. So the fabric that I use for this one is a cotton sateen, so it does have a slight stretch in it, which does make it really comfortable. And I think I'll get so much wear out of my pencil skirts. They're just such a lovely skirt, and I really don't have to make too many adjustments. This time I did take in 1 centimeter on each side before I put it together, because last time I'd put it all together then realised it was too big for me, so I made sure I did that, and that was really the only thing that I had to adjust for this pattern. So I'll step back and show you the skirt. This is the finished skirt. I am so in love with this. I think I'll definitely wear this to work, but also just around as well. I've got a really cute little peplum top, black peplum top that would go really nicely with this. So it has a black cross pattern on there. Again, it's got the 2 front darts and the 2 darts at the back and the zip. It also has a kickback or split at the back, which I really like. It makes it really comfortable to walk in. So all I need to do is finish hemming this one and it will be done. Again, this skirt doesn't have a waistband, so I'm actually quite fond of skirts that don't have waistbands. A lot of my other skirts that I've made all have waistbands on them, but I really like the more, I don't know, casual look of them without the waistband. I just think that you can wear it with more things, and when things are tucked into them it just looks a little bit nicer. So I'm really happy with how this one turned out. Like I said in my October sewing plans video, this was purchased from a business on Instagram who was having a D-stash. So honestly, if you're looking for cheap fabric, D-stash accounts are definitely somewhere you should go to have a look. Maybe see if your favourite small businesses have D-stash accounts. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's video. I am a little bit disappointed I didn't get more time to sew some clothes this month. I thought I was going to get way more sewing done during my holidays, but turns out there were other things happening. So like I said, next week I'll have a slightly different makes video for you. It's probably not going to be just a November makes, it might be more of a summer makes video, just because I'm not 100% sure how much time I'm going to get to sew next month. So I will also be talking about my little red dress in next week's video, so make sure you tune in for that if you're interested. If you haven't heard about the little red dress project, make sure you go over to Renata, aka Running in Styles channel, or her Instagram account to find out more. I'll link my inspiration post down below so you can see what I might be leaning towards making. If you haven't already, please like this video if you liked it and subscribe, and I'll see you back here next week. Bye!